Top of the morning folks, today from the Reddit Rainforest. Yesterday, a woman asked me if her phone case could send TXT messages without the need to buy a phone. What is the dumbest / most clueless customer you have ever dealt with? When working at Walmart Electronics around 8 years ago, I dealt with a sudden torrent of people returning wireless products. They were furious that these devices needed to be plugged in to charge. I had customers insisting that the other employees said their phone / keyboard / controller / etc. would absorb electricity from sockets as they walked around the house. We had to put up wireless devices do not charge wirelessly signs around the entire department. When working as an EMT, I had a patient, client / customer / whatever, call 911 because he cold not burp at 3 a.m. We arrived to find a male in his 40s who was very upset that he ate a bowl full of cucumbers and had not burped yet, and it's been over 20 minutes. I always burp when I eat cucumbers. Always. I tried nicely to talk him out of being transported, patted him on the back and all that. Nothing. He insisted on going to the hospital, and according to state protocols, I took him. Man oh man was the staff pissed. Complete waste of resources. I can think of two from my time at working at Petco. I had a guy ask if we sold condoms for dogs, while I somehow managed to explain that we did not with a straight face. I really wanted to ask him who would have been rolling him on if we did. The second was a lady who called saying that her Labrador was throwing up blood. And do you guys sell a pill that stops this? I gave into the undisciplined side of my head and irritatedly responded that if her child was throwing up blood she probably would not be going to Walgreens to find a drug for it. She'd be going to the doctors and she should probably do the same for her dog. That job scared me with the amount of people that were totally clueless on how to raise animals and yet had small children. I work at an adult bookstore and theater. One time I had to explain to a guy why he couldn't bring his 12-year-old daughter in. Not mine, but a friend told this story in college, and it always amused me. She worked in a camera store, and this was the early 90s, so pre-digital camera era. This woman comes in, wanting to get some photos developed. She hands my friend the whole camera. Not unusual. Apparently a lot of people did not know how to get the film out after they were done with a roll, so this part was not uncommon. My friend examines the camera, and my friend, Mom, there's no film in here. Woman, that's okay. I still took the pictures. My friend, but there's no film in the camera. Woman, I know, but I took the pictures anyway. So please get them out. My friend, but you would have to have had film in the camera first. Woman, it does not matter. I pressed the button. There are pictures in there. Please get them out. And so on. For quite some time, it ended with a woman storming off, convinced my friend was incompetent. Worked at Ebb Games when I was 18. In a city in Canada known for its rednecks. A man in his 40s came in and spent at least 3 hours browsing every single title on the wall. He refused my help several times and eventually came up to the counter with 5 brand new games on almost every system we carried. After ringing in his selection of cabalist hunting, NASCAR racing and UFC fighting he paid and left. Several hours later the man returns. He throws open the front door. It was a standalone store and yells, "What kind of malarkey show are you running here?" He is red in the face and stomps towards me and throws his bag of games onto the counter. None of these work. This is a malarkey store. What kind of business? Man rants and yells at me for a minute or so before he decides to take a breath. I asked him, "You tried the games in your Xbox, PC and PlayStation and none of them worked?" His reply, "I just got that new player from Walmart this afternoon and none of these games work." Of course. He does not know the name of the disc player that he bought was. After several painful minutes and him showing me the Walmart receipt out of his pocket. He bought a DVD player. To sum it up, man buys video games from me and tries to play them in his DVD player. Screams at me for 20 minutes because it does not work. I used to work at Radio Shack and I had a lady come in and ask for a radio capable of getting broadcasts from the Middle East. I showed her a few. She purchased it and asked me to help her tune it. I found some stations from various Middle Eastern sources, tuned them as she stood there with this puzzled look on her face. I asked what was wrong and she looked at me with this seriously grim expression and said, "How am I supposed to track terrorists if they do not speak American?" Without speaking, I refunded her money and went on the only smoke break I have ever taken. I do not smoke, so I just ate french fries. One of my favorite Radio Shack stories. A gentleman came into my store and asked if we carried batteries. Yes, I said. We have hundreds. It's for a clock. Do you have clock batteries? Certainly, sir. Did you bring the clock with you? I see a change in his face. Frustration is setting in. No, I did not think to bring the clock. I figured you would know what kind of batteries clocks take. How many options are there? I'll just buy them all and return the ones that do not fit. After showing him our battery spinner, which held roughly 200 batteries, he said he would return with a clock at a later time. That is still probably the best job I have ever had. Worked in an ice cream parlor. A woman asks for a chocolate ice cream. I ask if that's scoop or soft serve, and she says scoop. I give her the scoop ice cream and she says no, I meant the other chocolate ice cream. We had one of those soft serve machines that produced different flavors. So I pointed to the photo of the chocolate serve on the machine to confirm, and she again nodded. When I handed it to her, she got really angry and yelled, "Are you stupid? That's not what I wanted." After much confusion, it turned out that by chocolate ice cream she meant vanilla soft serve with chocolate sprinkles. She snatched the correct order out of my hands and flounced out in disgust. I work at a sandwich shop. I'm not that hungry. Which is bigger, the half sandwich or the whole sandwich? If these t-shirts are buy one get one free, why cannot I just have the free one? Two middle-aged women come up to my counter and order their drinks. After ringing them up, I tell them their total and they tell me that they're going to wait for their friend to pay. Perfectly fine. I tell them their drinks will be waiting for them when they're ready. I finish making their order pretty quick and place their drinks by the register. 5 minutes pass and they come up asking if their drinks are done yet. I said yes. Just been waiting for them to pay, and they proceed to flip out saying how they were just planning on coming back and paying with their friend. So essentially they wanted me to give them free drinks and trust that they'd come back to pay. I do not think so. Crazy eye patch lady and co. I do not think so. Back in my Best Buy days, a woman came in complaining that her iPod had a virus. I turn it on and it's working fine. She says it only appears when she connects it to her PC. So I hook it up to our machine. It connects, and the do not disconnect message appears, complete with red no symbol. There. That's the virus. What does that mean? Old person. My cable ISN not working. Your service sucks. Me. I'm sorry to hear that. Is the cable box turned on? Old. It would not turn on. We have lost power. Me. It's not going to work without power. I'm sorry. Old. That because your service sucks. A woman once asked me to combine two different styles of Mylar balloons, a star one and a zebra one specifically, and make her a God bless your home balloon in the back. Florists do not make balloons. This is the same woman who refused to accept and did not understand the concept of sales tax. I worked at a little local burger joint back in high school. For the kids' meal, there was a burger, fries, drink and then a little pack of Oreo cookies. One day, a woman comes in and asks what our kids' meal includes. I tell her, and she asks, so they do not come with toys? No ma'am, we do not have toys, just cookies. She then asks if I could check to make sure there were no toys. I said sure and proceeded to look under the counter, saying napkins, salt/pepper, ketchup, mustard, cookies ... No toys, though. Till this day, I regret not just saying sure and standing there for like 5 seconds, staring at her and they saying nope, no toys. A client once asked how much it cost the plasma truck to come out and refill his plasma TV ... I answer for doctors' offices after hours, and I get so many idiots calling about the stupidest malarkey, but I cannot give any medical advice. I have to reach and wake up, since I work overnight, a doctor or nurse for anything the patient deems is an emergency. So when a 14-year-old girl who is 3 weeks pregnant wants to know if it is safe to have sex with her boyfriend at 1 AM, I have to call the doctor. I also had a mother call in the middle of the night to ask if her daughter could dye her hair after having had an abortion earlier that day. Without even thinking, I said, well, it's not going to hurt the baby. The mother was pretty slow thankfully, so she did not really catch on. But she did make me wake up a nurse. A middle-aged woman once told me that she only keeps as few songs as possible on her iPod because she uses it when she works out, and she did not want to make the iPod heavier by putting more music on it. Not a customer, but a client. taped an Ethernet cable to the window thinking that it would give them better Wi-Fi reception. In high school, I worked in a pizza place. An elderly woman called in one day and said that her grandkids were coming for the weekend and their mother had suggested pizza for dinner. She called us up and asked, "What exactly is pizza?" This led to a 40-minute phone call in which I tried to explain all this to someone who lacked even a basic concept of pizza what was. This included how you order, explaining each individual topping, popular combinations and how to serve it to the kids. When she came in to pick up her order, she still looked completely confused by what a pizza was. She kept peeking into the box to try and figure it out. I have a good Clueless 1 with naked pics. 2. I used to work in the help desk of a university in PA. It was the start of the fall semester, so we were full with new students trying to get their PCs through network registration, need av, updates, etc. I get one girl who was cute and friendly, and I start up her PC and go to work. She's sitting across the counter from me. I can see that she's at least tried to do the process herself. So I ask her if I can poke around for the reg install file. She tells me yes. I check downloads, documents, desktop, nothing. I ask her if I can check her recycling bin, to which she says yeah, but there's nothing in it. There was something in it. Dozens of nude photos of her and nothing else. The look on my face. 0_0. Must have given it away because she instantly turned all red and whispered something like I thought it automatically deletes when you put something in there. I showed her how to delete her recycling bin, fixed the issue, and sent her on her way. Bonus. 1 year earlier a coworker was doing the same thing for a girl, but had to check her computer in. He put it on the back bench, opposite the counter, with the screen facing outward. Her screensaver was just pulling anything from her pictures folder, and sure enough her nude started popping up, facing the crowd of freshmen waiting for their computers. Only took a few seconds for a student worker to close a screen and give it back to her, but she was super embarrassed. Hide yo pics, ladies. One time after ringing up a customer I told him his total. He said okay and just sat there expecting me to do something else. I waited a few seconds and said the total again and asked if it was going to be cash or credit. He looked at me like I had two heads. I waited again and said UHM. Are you going to pay for all of this or were you just wondering how much it costs? Happens a lot more than you think. He gets all huffed up and says in a loud voice I was waiting for you to tell me the total. I was stunned and really was at a loss for words. Another customer behind him apparently got fed up and told him, "She told you 3 damn times." He paid and booked it. As a former cashier myself, I really appreciate customers that call out other customers for being stupid, because we were not allowed to. If you are reading this, you made it until the end of the video. There is no more after this. Click the thumbs up button since you like the video because you made it until the end. On screen there should be some more videos similar to this. So either go do something else or watch another video. That's it. I do not know why you are still here. What are you waiting for, a secret message or something? Maybe someday. Who says one does not exist somewhere already? It does not. Or does it?